Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John and Jenna with Flippin' Ain't Easy, and yet another busy Friday here at the FAE residence, and hopefully you guys are busy as well. I've been working my tail off, and I got to tell you, I'm going to keep busting my butt regardless of the results that I've been seeing, which haven't been all that good, to be honest with you. Speaking to Josh Galt today, his sales are pretty much non-existent. So who knows? It's the economy, stupid, I guess. But that I think is what is a good portion of the problem. But I'm going to keep pushing forward nonetheless. Added quite a bit of inventory to my main store yesterday. And while I really don't like counting listings, I didn't even count the listings. It's not important to me. It's just about adding value. I think I probably added about $800 to $1,000 in value to that store. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if people are really necessarily focusing on the needs right now. They're trying to get the last minute Christmas shopping. And I think a lot of people, they're just simply tapped out. Now, in my opinion, this is probably the last week for Christmas sales. Now, a lot of people will debate what day is the last day. Really, I'm looking, my mindset is the 17th. Now, that might not give enough time for most cases, but count on it. Not this weekend, but next weekend, you're going to get a lot of your last minute Christmas shoppers who may end up disappointed if they don't get it in time. And I do know that eBay does put a little thing, a little blurb in the listings stating that, order now, get it by Christmas. By next weekend, I don't think that disclaimer is going to be on there. So, any of you guys giving the buyer any kind of notice? Are you allowing eBay to kind of work on that? I got too much to do to babysit every listing and every sale. So I'm hopeful that the buyers are watching, looking at the listings and determining if that range of dates is going to work for them, and understanding that they may not get it in time by the 25th, which is a Monday. So you're out the 24th because of no mail, and of course no mail on the 25th. So anything that you're shipping out needs to get there by the 23rd. Otherwise, they might be SOL. So the mailman, I told you, as soon as you get settled in, I told her as soon as she gets settled in, the mailman's going to be here. How do you know he's here?
Because I heard the door.
Okay. So it is what it is.
Not our door, the door on his truck.
Yeah. So let's see who we have here. And I want to know, pretty much what I want to know is, I want to know your plan for the rest of this year before we get to the comments. I mean, you put them in the comments, but I want to know your plan for this year. And I want to know what that entails. Are you going to sort of take the second half of the month off? Are you just going to kind of ride it out? Are you listing still? Are you sourcing still? To me, I don't ever take a break. So for me, it's one of those things, and I'm having problems with my computer right now. Sorry. It's one of those things where if you're running a business, I really think that you should be listing daily if you can, and give eBay constant activity. Because yes, while it might be slow right now for a lot of us in December, chances are very strong that people will get back to their buying habits, get back to their daily life and buying things as we're used to it in January. January has always been a very strong month historically, and that usually continues on and through the spring. So hopefully you guys have a plan. I certainly do. And part of that plan includes having a contingency plan when we travel to go see family again for, I think, 4 or 5 days, right?
No, not that long this time.
We're going to go.
Because Christmas is on a Monday, I feel like we don't need to go to California till Saturday.
Oh, there he is.
Told you.
So I got to tell you, went to Dutch Bros today, picked up their energy drink, and I mean, it's like this Merry Mischief thing. And I got to tell you, I'm feeling kind of hopped up from this thing. I don't know. And I take another drink. It's pretty good, but I'm like kind of feeling wired. It's an energy drink, but man, it's stronger than anything I'm used to drinking. Let's see who we have here. Guide Guru, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you, Guide Guru. Hey guys, forgot to add a message. Won't be able to make it tonight. So here's $5 for the toilet seat fund. Also, sales have been off the hook. So there you go. At least sales are going well for someone. We have Brian H. says, hello, John and Jenna. We got Charles McBride says, I used to feel like I was a partner with eBay. I sold on eBay for 20 years and things have really changed. Maybe good for you, Babe, and for me. And I don't know who Babe is, but I just think it's one of those things where eBay is evolving right before our eyes. And we have to figure out ways to make this business work, whether it's from what we're selling to how we're selling it. Now, when I say how we're selling it, there's that great debate on using promoted listings or not. And I think that's the homework assignment for everyone out there. Is the type of item you're selling, does it constitute using promoted listings or not? And simply, if you're selling well without promoted listings, why would you add promoted listings? So if you're not, maybe it's a good idea to look at your competition and give it a try. If you're one off and you're not making a sale, well, because promoted listings is all about competition, that's not the answer. Promoting an item that's a one-off type item is generally not the answer. The answer is to go in and adjust your keywords and maybe change your title so that it more reflects the type of keywords the buyer is going to input into search. So that's my only advice to that. And we're all kind of trying to figure it out, I think. Kim Sharp says, driving to Virginia to work for a couple days, and thanks for keeping me company. So Kim, drive safe, and hopefully you get there in quick fashion. Don't know exactly how far Virginia is from where you're at, but
what's happening?
Oh, just Kim's driving to Virginia while she's listening to us, and
nice.
And so she's
drive safe. Be careful.
She's going to listen to the show while she weaves in and out of traffic. Hopefully, you're not driving that fast, though. Joe Samard says, "Hello, all time zones."
Joe Samard, Northern Cal.
Yeah, and then Carol C says, "Just wanted to say hello and hit thumbs up button. Headed out to see Sin perform in college band concert, or probably Sun, right? Sun perform in the college band concert. We'll watch you on replay this weekend."
Well, thanks for stopping in, Carol.
Well, future Carol, when you watch us this weekend, I hope you're doing fine. Jovial says, hey, FA fam, happy National Brownie Day.
I love brownies. Those are my favorite dessert.
Mary Knight says, hi. Thanks for being
Mary.
here. And then AJI3 says, I want barbecue. Well, then,
how
darn
about
it.
you just call him AJ?
I don't know. It's either 13.
AJ
will never tell me if it's 13 or I3.
He likes you questioning yourself.
I don't know. I think Josh has already assumed it's AJI3, so I'm going to go with that.
I think he said 13.
Did he?
I think.
I don't know.
Put
in the chat. What do you guys think? Since AJ won't tell us, is it 13 or is it I3? But yeah, go get barbecue. If you want it, I'm not going to stop you. I've got a brisket in the freezer that I need to get out and just deal with. But
maybe next week.
I'll let you guys know how it turns out. Maya says, hey, everyone. I had a pretty slow week, but Mercari came through. The only platform I made sales on every day this week.
Wow. Well, I just delisted everything on Mercari because it's turned into a show. And so I need to just start over.
What kind of show?
A shit show.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to be announcing it here pretty soon. We do have a new sponsor to the channel, and just got through doing the paperwork and all that stuff, because when you have sponsorships, you got to put it in writing and all that. But I got to tell you, I'll just kind of let you guys in on it. It's not a secret, but we are sponsoring. Actually, we're being sponsored by Vendu. We're working with them, and I got to tell you, just the idea of them pulling their software is able to pull the inventory when you sell something on Mercari. It is the craziest thing, you know.
Posh.
Yeah. But we're dealing with Mercari, and it's like, I can't find this item in the store, and the reason why, because they had already pulled it into our ended listing, so that's why we couldn't find it. So we'll be talking about that more. But yes, Vendu is now part of the FAE fam.
Yeah, just another program that I need to learn.
Yeah. And so she's our in-house cross lister. And I can tell you, it's just the idea of everything being within one centralized location.
It's fairly simple, actually, once you learn the software.
Yeah.
But that's the part that's time consuming in the beginning, is learning it, and then once you learn it, everything kind of flows.
And I'm not, I don't have a link in the chat or in the description down below, because I'm still working with them in getting that finalized. They provided me with a link, and I wanted something a little different. So we're working that out. And then once I do, I'll kind of give you guys more information. More to come on that. AJ says ribs, mac and cheese, and potato salad. That sounds like if you do it right, if you do it all right, all
Is
three.
AJ in the South?
But
that's a Southern thing.
I think you have a little too much mac and cheese and potato salad. Is a little much. You got to get maybe either the mac and cheese, either the mac and cheese or potato salad. Throw in the baked beans. You got a winner.
You need a veggie in there.
Yeah. Tally Deb says, hi, John and Jenna and fellow flippers. I hope that you are seeing holiday sales now.
I mean, yesterday on my store, we had good like Christmas sales. They were definitely not wants or needs. They were wants.
Yeah, I listed a bunch of video games we've been sitting on that I picked up rather cheaply, and we sold about 4 or 5 of them, and it's already the lot I paid for is already paid for. So Ping G says, hello, John and Jenna. Thanks for being here, Ping. Mary Knight says, I've been able to post some novelty tree lights, Peanuts, the Grinch, Winnie the Pooh, that I happened to come across in my aunt's dirty attic when I cleaned it. Already sold the Grinch ones.
Oh,
yes.
I was going to say the Grinch ones are probably pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, now you're selling Christmas stuff. I know Christmas stuff sells year round, but as far as Christmas 2023, I'm wondering if it's kind of late for people to buy stuff. I mean, unless they're buying stuff for family when they come over to decorate.
Who knows? I guess that maybe they just buy them when it comes up. I mean, I don't know. For me, it would be too late for me to buy any Christmas stuff, even though I'm not decorating for this year.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a reasonable price, I'd probably buy it for next year. Like, you know what I do is. I do.
All right.
Don't we all? I buy after Christmas sales, stock up on the ribbon and the, all the ornaments and all that stuff. I usually do that.
And if it's anything like, if these people that are buying these holiday ornaments or whatever is anything like your aunt was, they probably buy it year round, right? Just throw it on the collection. Right?
Oh yeah. My grandma and my Aunt Sharon used to collect things all year, and there was a closet that we were not allowed to go in. So
Lissa says, happy Friday, lovely FA family. Hello, beautiful Jenna and John. Hope all is well, gang.
Well, hello, Lissa.
Thank you for being here. Christy Meyer says, hope everyone is having some great sales. Sadly, having some slow sales.
Yeah, we are too.
Jody Miller says, my mail issues have gone up with late packages, lost packages taking so long.
I think we've only had one, right?
Well,
one that got lost.
That was a FedEx one. I filed a claim on that. I just got paid on another FedEx claim. They sent me a check where an item never arrived. And how does a big 20-pound box get lost? I mean, it's not like it's an envelope that just slid underneath the desk, right? I mean, we're talking about a big 20-pound box. So that one is on its way to being approved, I believe, the claim. So claim process with FedEx hasn't been really difficult. They haven't really, other than uploading, like a photo of the transaction page and the page where the actual listing to them, just to show that this is what we sold it for. It's been a pretty smooth process. Rhiannon says, hey, J&J and family, happy Friday.
Hi, beautiful. Oh, my beautiful ladies. I love it.
Yes. Mary says, I was not going to even touch her attic, but came across those lights and saw potential. That's why I enjoy about cleaning her house. Love the hunt. Yeah.
Yep.
The idea of getting a treasure or two is worth kind of navigating around any potential like spiders and stuff like that.
Spider webs.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, my Aunt Sharon, she used to have uh, attic that was big. It was as big as the house. And so you go up there, and we would actually sneak up there, and they would hide like some of the Christmas gifts up there. And it was as big as the house. When I say it's as big as the house, it covered the whole square footage of the house, but it was as tall as like my uncle was like 6'3", and he could walk in there with no problem. And so I can just imagine what kind of critters could be hanging out in there.
Yeah. So those of you who have kids that like to snoop, right? I'll tell you a little thing that I used to do. We would buy stuff for the kids, right? Knowing that they were, teenagers, they're going to go and look when we're not there, right? So I would set traps. So I would not set traps to hurt anybody, but set traps to know that they were snooping. So I'd have like our master bathroom, right? And I'd put the gifts in the bathroom, and I'd shut the door, and I'd have like something hanging from like the door that would fall, or something that would, I would know when I got back, it's not in place, that someone was there. Remember, we used to do that? We used to do that to the kids all the time.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we used to. And that way, and I told them, I said, look, I know that you guys are going to do
that in the closet.
We did one in the closet. Did one in the master bathroom one time. And I said, I know that you guys are going to go looking and snooping around for these gifts. So if you do, I'm going to notice it, because something's going to happen when you go and open all the doors to see if you can find it. And I'm going to go in and exchange it for something else if I see that, because I don't want you to not be surprised.
We used to hide gifts. We had in the first house when we were first together, right when we got married, we had this big giant house it was a 2-story. So it had, underneath the stairs was an entire walk-in closet.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would hide gifts in the very back of that. And we would do scavenger hunts for the kids. And they would have to find all the stuff.
Right. So like a tip that we would do is like, we just bought an Xbox for the kids, right? It was like a joint gift.
It was for Jonathan.
Jonathan and Tyler. And so we had them both open it, and it was like this box, and it was like a riddle. And so they had to figure out what that was. And then they went to the next clue. They had like 5 clues. And it turns out that they went, the final destination, the Xbox was in the oven wrapped. It was of course the oven wasn't on, but it was a fun little thing. They were running around the house. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's funny, because Tyler just bought his own.
Oh, really?
Well, no, you knew that before he moved.
Yeah.
But he had that Xbox. Gosh, what has it been? 14 years?
I don't know. It's been a while.
13, years.
Lenny K says, I like the new setup. Looks bright.
I don't like it. Glad you like it, because I don't. I hate it.
We were having this discussion before we went live. She was hell-bent on getting the lights off, and something's going on with his webcam, because it melts my face.
It just completely washes us out, and I can't stand it.
So I'm fine with it the way it is, but she somehow thinks there's something wrong with it. But let the audience tell us what's going on. Lawrence Trombley says, great job on Nurse Flipper show. She put you right in the hot seat. Just please don't have dolphins on this show.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I've only watched her a few times, and I didn't know the dolphin thing.
I mean, it is what it is. I think that creators should at least recognize their audience when they do something like a super chat, or if you sign up for a membership, that type of thing. So it's her cute way of recognizing it. But no dolphins here. But I do think
dolphins are cute.
I think what's overlooked a lot of times is these shows, we sort of overlook the audience, and we forget that you're part of it. And that's why I'm always forget. I think a lot of times in these lives, and when people call me when I'm on a live, some people, they just, like my friend, he gets off of work, right? And so he's bored, and he wants to call me while he's driving. He won't talk to me any other time, mind you. He only wants to talk when he's driving. He's too busy the rest of the time. So I'll just have to call him back, and hopefully
let's get to these comments.
But the reason why I'm so behind on the comments, not only because I get distracted with people calling me, but I think it's important as creators that we do acknowledge the fact that you take the time to be here and to comment. So I like to at least visit your comments when possible. Mary says, overall sales have been pretty slow, but getting rid of some old inventory still listing. Brian H has just got my thumbs up sale.
Yes.
And Josh Galt's with us today. Hi, everyone.
What's
Hope
up,
you're
Josh?
having a great Friday.
You have single-handedly ruined all of our mornings.
You guys check out Primo Chemo's channel. That's 2 words. Oh. And it made my day yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? One of those. It was something like that. But I got to tell you, I was just threw it on my YouTube, and his video came up in a suggested, and it said something about Josh Galt. You know, where in the world is Josh Galt or something like that. And then I click on it, and I'm like, what the hell? He had the backdrop of Josh's office or little work area. I thought it was pretty fun. So made my day. The Tommy Bernard podcast says, I have a Christmas policy that gives 2-day and next UPS options, or a Christmas policy. Usually get a few every year that pay for it. I was thinking about maybe implementing something like that. Every so often you get someone saying, hey, I need it for a birthday party, or I need it for whatever. Can you get it out like fast? And you're kind of thinking like, wow, even if I get it out now, it may not get to you in time. So it would be nice to be able to say, you know, when you check out, make sure you select the policy like 2-day or whatever, like FedEx 2-day. Callie Deb says, my sales are brisk and I'm selling a lot of my higher end items.
Nice. That's good.
AJ says, keeping the buying, listing, and selling, going to revamp the store in January. I hear you on that.
Keeping up the buying.
That's what I said. What did I say?
You fumble all over
I
the
fumble?
words.
I said it just fine. I speak good English.
You fumble up.
I
think you've had too much of that.
I know I am hopped up, guys. I don't know what they did to my drink, but I am feeling a way that I don't think I've felt in a long, long time. So I gotta say, we are thinking about creative ways. We have like 450 listings in the secondary store. And of those listings, I think only about 50 to 75 are going to qualify for the new store. If it's somewhat sports related, you know, tennis shoes, athletic shoes. Well, you got shoes in there. We got some hats that are sports related, things like that. So I'm going to go through, because I don't really care at this point what we get for these items. I just want to move them. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to knock these. I'm going to do a markdown sale probably after we're done with the live here. That's going to last for the rest of the year. And I'm just going to hit it at 50% plus the cost of shipping. Boom. Have a nice day.
Well, you haven't. Okay, so we told you that we are, or maybe we didn't. We're bundling a lot of these albums up and putting them into genre lots.
We only did 2 so far.
And we've only done 2 so far. However, we haven't taken them down as singles.
Well, the ones in the lots we have. The ones in the lots that are up on auction right now are off. They're pulled off.
Oh, you did.
Those were pulled off.
Okay, well, even still, there are still a lot of records in there. So those single listings for those LPs will cut the store down by a lot. I was actually going to do that when you were gone, is just put them in the...
Not yet. I have 2 on auction. And the thing is, I have 43 albums at $29.99 plus the cost of shipping with a $119.99 buy it now, because there's a lot of lots that have sold for that much for fewer records. And then we have a 13 lot for like $9.99 plus shipping. On auction, we have 2 watchers on one on another, and it ends Sunday. So I'm going to see how that runs. If I get some success with that, hear me out on this thought. You're going to get a number of people who get these Victrola record players, the Crosby record players, and maybe some other models that they get for Christmas, right? And so those are nice. Those are great. They probably get 1 or 2 albums, you know, under the tree along with it. But what better way to kind of add to that by having a lot of these end like Christmas night or the next day? Now, she doesn't agree with me. So this is where I think that I need your help. What do you guys think? Do you think it would be successful to have some of these lots? You can do it like with video games too, where maybe kids are getting a system and they get, a few bucks from grandma or a gift card, Visa gift card from grandma, and they want to buy some games, or in this case, some records for the record player. And the idea of having an auction end like Christmas night when people are just getting done eating, let's see what's up online so I can buy something that go with my record player, or maybe the next day.
It's ending too early for that.
Well, why? That's what I'm saying.
Because people are, on Christmas Day, people are not going to go in on eBay and be like, they need time to browse and look for things. You can't end it on the same day that they receive it. They need time.
I'm excited about the record player that I just got this morning, and I'd love nothing more than to order some records that when, in a few days I can listen to and enjoy my new gift.
No, I think it's a terrible idea.
So I want to know what you guys think about that. Am I just trying to create things that won't happen? I don't see a whole lot of activity with this auction as it is. So I'm trying to find creative ways to get rid of the stuff. Of course, a number of you guys say take it to a thrift store, but there's been times when we've actually taken it to donate. They make you sit around, and you got to go through this little driveway thing, and you have to wait. It's just, I'm not going to go through all that effort. I'd rather just move it, get whatever I can for it, and just move on. Maya says, John, if you're listing a lot of mobility toilet seats and mobility aids, people may buy them elsewhere trying to use money in their HSA before they lose it at the end of the year. But yes, I agree with that. But how does that work? I remember having a healthcare spending account, and you had to go to like the pharmacy, or you had to have some kind of an approved vendor that they would then accept the receipts for. So being that, eBay, Mercari, something like District, or even Facebook Marketplace, there is no receipt. There is nothing that they're going to be able to send in to get reimbursed on that, because they can use their card, but then they have to get reimbursed on that. They have to submit the receipts. And that's at least the one that we had when we were working at this place here. The camera's backwards. What can I say? Ed says, what's up, everyone? My plan for the rest of the year is to keep pushing, not going to pull back, especially since things are not as good as expected.
Absolutely.
So just keep those efforts.
All we can do.
And even if that means sort of adding to my store, turning it into a larger store, it's not the goal, but it's kind of what's happening. I spent the better part of the last 2 days going through about 250. I still have about 60 left. So I've listed about 200 already of these clickers for your garage door. And they sell about $15 plus shipping. I'm into them for like 20 cents a piece. I've already sold at least, I think I made like $250 so far. So if I stop selling them right now, I made 7x my money. But I have a lot more, and it's not my cup of tea, the lower ASP stuff, but I believe that the sell-through is worth the squeeze, and a lot of them are multi-quantity listings. Ping says, I will continue to list, but not sure if I will go outsourcing. And I think I'm going to go outsourcing tomorrow. If there are, I'm going to look at the app. I haven't looked at the app yet, but if there's enough juice on the lemon, I'm going to squeeze it.
Wow, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. Mary says, I'm just going to keep listing daily if I can.
Yep.
And it's tire time. No, I hope that those days are behind us. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Juice the PA Picker says, no days off.
That's right.
Beard Scott says, damn, did I miss the monologue? You saved
sure
yourself. You saved yourself 10 minutes. Victor says, hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. And then Love It Collectibles says, hey, kids, happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Okay, so Lissa says, I'm just going to keep trying to clean up the inventory around here and looking at dumping some through an auction house.
Dumping some
Okay.
through an auction
Don't have
house.
much hope for my high-end items this Christmas. She's going to start reading pretty soon if she doesn't like lighten up on me here. But don't have much for my high-end items or hope for my high-end items this Christmas, and I don't either. I think anyone at this point who's buying like high-ticket stuff is probably, for the most part, done.
Yeah.
Ferret Fan says, hi, I made it. John and Jenna, hit that like. I need a sale.
Yes. Oh, me too.
Glenda says, I'm going to tackle my death pile and get everything cross-posted. That's my plan. By the way, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Charles says, listing and taking a lot of dead stock to Goodwill for my 2023 write-off. And that's, I guess
that's an idea.
That is the idea. I mean, it's certainly a write-off, but, you know. Mark says, hello, all my sales for December have been great. Hope it stays this way. I wish everyone has a good sales at the end of the year. Hit the like button now.
Now.
Do it now. Tommy, like I said, this drink.
It's dripping everywhere.
I know, it's a slushy. I don't know why it is dripping. I got a towel underneath it. So the Thrifty Loon says,
what did he say? You didn't even read it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Skip Tommy. Sorry. I would promote every item.
You're on another level.
Trying to catch up here. I would promote every item no matter what. If promoted, you show up in related searches. Buyer may not even know that they want your item until they see it by a promoted accident.
Very true. That's how most of my shopping is done.
A lot of items do pop up, like that little example I gave, a couple weeks ago where I was looking for Grandma Miller and like Mac Miller showed up somehow. Okay. The Thrifty Loon says, I'm hitting the like button for my sale. Yes. Duncan in Australia says, hi, John and Jay. I did a snow dance for snow for Jenna.
No.
Having a heat wave here, staying and listing ephemera. John's hat says A, where Jenna's hat saying B.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Andy's in the house from Indiana.
And
we have Christine Moses says, a glass of Bordeaux is of grapes from France. They absorb dirt and fanciness from there. When you taste that wine, you're tasting that energy. In fairness, I've had 2 to 3 glasses of that energy tonight. Well, they might have put some of that crap in my drink.
Put it in his.
It's like, geez.
Oh my!
And they kept saying, well, we put some of that Rebel energy drink in there, and she asked me twice, "Are you okay with that?" And I said, "I'm fine."
She
with
probably
it.
saw, oh no, this guy is 50 years old. It's going to give him heart.
Okay, we do have an answer, guys. We have an answer for the question that I've been really, really waiting to get an answer on, and it is I3. It's not 13. So
Just call him AJ.
AJ I3. There you go. Mary Knight says, I might need to get my hubby to take me to Swadley's barbecue tonight. Yum.
Swadley's? Where's that?
Swadley. That don't sound very southern to me. I don't know if I want a guy named Swadley making my barbecue.
Are you in? I don't remember.
Yeah, I just don't. If someone named Swadley offered to make me some barbecue, I may not take him upon it. We got Roman.
Roman's back.
Roman is out of ICU. He's back with us today. Tommy decided to bring back his podcast. Otherwise, his wife told him she will close him in the basement for everyone.
Forever.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling well enough to join us, Roman. Thanks for being here.
I
Thanks
saw.
for the super
Did
chat.
you watch his video on how to make? What was it?
Well, obviously you didn't. If you don't know,
I don't know how to say it. That's the problem. Yoklaf.
Oh, so he's turning his.
He's turning into a cooking show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the super chat nonetheless. Go check out Anytime Picker's cooking channel. Henri Squaw's a smidge late, but thanks for being here. Rad Relic says, I've never done well on Mercari. Sold 2,500 on eBay yesterday, but 150 today. So go figure.
Oh man.
That 2,500 on eBay is a good day.
Really a good day.
And it's almost like eBay is going to kind of even things out. Like that one time I had no sales. Yeah. And then they threw me a bone and gave me $1,000 worth of sales the next day. And my secret's out. John is sponsored by OnlyFans. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see that account.
And the only reason why Roman left me a super chat is because he was paying his bill. So the balance due on his bill. Juice, the PA picker, says, listen to the podcast from Michigan going home to Erie, just picked up inventory. And
Sweet.
I did that as well. I picked up inventory. That's where on the way back, I stopped and picked this up for us and her little coffee drink. And I picked up about 40 good size items, and I picked up 5 cases of replenishables. It's like a neoprene sleeve that goes over a shotgun, and it holds like 5 shells. And there's like each box has like 36 in them, and they sell for like $8, $8 to $10 free shipping. And I think the cost on those are like 20. I cost averaged them out to be about 24, 25 cents a piece. So I don't like selling, low ASP stuff, but at the end of the day, something where it's a replenishable multi-quantity. What am I talking about? Like 180 in the that I could put into a listing one time.
All those boxes were more of that?
Yes, the same size boxes. Chastity says, I just started using Vendoo.
Yeah, I like it. I seem to be liking it a lot more than the other one that we were using.
And Tommy, he's all for that kind of stuff, says, if there is an offer on Posh, it can't take it down, just FYI. So if it's an offer
on Posh.
Yeah, if it's an offer.
Can't take it down. Okay.
I didn't know you use Vendoo.
Good to know. Yeah. No, he said it before.
Does he use Vendoo?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he does that. Okay. Maya says, yeah, I used Vendoo before, but it lags my computer like crazy. So now I use Flip. And I believe that Vendoo also has an app. I haven't checked.
Yes, you do.
Rad Relic says, Vendoo, another cross-listing app. It is another cross-listing app. So the one I used before, the feature that I really liked was the fact that it would share your listings with other, your Posh listings with others. I mean, that's a social media sales thing, Poshmark, and it's kind of baked into their app. You don't have to share, but we have 200,000 followers on Poshmark. So every time you share, it puts it into their feed. So someone might say, oh, look at that cute pair.
But
whatever.
Not even so much to that point. It's just the fact that you're playing the stupid game that they want you to play.
Yeah.
And you're sharing and
but it's their sandbox.
It's their sandbox, and we're playing in it, and there happens to be a tool that does that all for you. So I don't have to do the playing. Somebody at the computer can do the complaint.
Well, that's what we liked about the last app. But the thing is, you can go and download apps on your phone that'll do that for like $10 a month. And for me, it's just like, hey, honey, did you pull off this item? It just sold. Hold on.
That's our biggest issue, is them being cross-listed on 3 different platforms, and then forgetting to pull it off, or I'll get to it in a minute, or oops, we forgot, and now it's sold and we're up the creek. So I don't want to be up the creek anymore. I don't want any more yelling at each other because one didn't pull it off of a rack or whatever. So I would much rather use this system and then pay an additional whatever for a sharing app.
And by the way, we don't really yell at each other. We kind of holler across the room.
Our love language is, hey, honey.
Yeah.
Did you pull down the...
And then she'll like, no. I'm like, what the hell, man? Lissa says, Tommy, that's what I was told to do last night. So guess I'll see how that goes. Got to try everything at this point. Your logic makes sense in theory. I just didn't notice it too much in prior tries.
With what?
I don't know. About the offer, I guess. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe something else. I don't know. Patricia says, I would really like to hear what selling on Mercari is like for hard goods. I'll tell you what it's like. You have a $20 item on eBay. You cross-post it to Mercari. You will not sell it for $20 on Mercari. You'll sell it for $10 to $12. And that's usually when someone comes at you with an offer. And that's kind of the way it is. Or you get a lot of people that'll like your item, and then you can click on it and offer them, use that as an opportunity to offer them a special deal. And I get a lot of sales from that when I sell on Mercari, but it's just a yard sale.
The problem is with Mercari, there isn't a lot of options for shipping. And so it makes, and there's no discounted rates. So the buyer is seeing, okay, there's a $20 item, but yet I have to pay $13 or $14 to have it shipped when it's not even really that much to ship it. So it makes no sense to me at all. It's why I personally don't like Mercari at all.
But I think they're discounted as compared to retail. So it's still cheaper than if you walk into the counter at the USPS and say, I want to ship this item. But it's not as cheap as eBay labels.
Yeah, it's
or
not.
Pirate Ship.
There's no discounted rates at all.
The problem that I have with Mercari is that they don't give you the option to collect the shipping and then go to Pirate
And
Ship.
use your own labels.
Like I want to go to Pirate Ship and then upload the label. You can offer free shipping and then ship it on Pirate Ship, right? They don't care how you ship it as long as you upload the label. But if the buyer pays for shipping, they retain that money, and you don't get to utilize it. Or they don't give you an option to come out of your own pocket, where they release all of it to you. They keep the shipping money.
Yeah.
And they provide the label.
And that is my biggest issue with that platform.
AJI3 says, found an easy way to clean rusty cast iron to the base metal. Half water, half vinegar, soak for a couple hours. It has made me a lot of cash cleaning up the pans, and listing is ready for seasoning.
Yep.
Yeah, there's videos on that on YouTube where you can clean up. It's the same process as like if you have a Blackstone grill and it gets rusty. It's same kind of process where you get it down to the steel and then you reseason it. Brian says, hi FA fam, I hope everyone's sales week has been better than mine. Mine probably not. I'm down over 54% the past 30 days. I've gone from selling 27 to 30 items a day every day for almost 2 years straight to 4 or 5.
Wow.
So I guess the question, Brian, is if we're kind of collectively thinking about this, how long has this been going on? Has this been going on since maybe the beginning of the month? Has it been going on for months now? In my opinion, if it's something that's recent, it could just very well maybe the way the economy is shaking out and people are just not spending as much in December as in previous years. But if it's been going on for some time, then you really need to take a look at what are you selling? Maybe what you're selling, because the idea, I think Tech and Sports was talking about this on his video today, but he said it exactly right. What sold 5 years ago, you could just list it and it would sell. And you really didn't have to put a whole lot of thought into it. Now you got to put some thought into what you're buying to resell. And in doing so, you might be listing things that really are just waiting for that unicorn buyer. You know, I made a video about the unicorn buyer some time ago. And if you multiply that by 70% of the items in your store, you're going to see a huge decrease from what you did 5 years ago to now. So maybe you take out stuff that really is long tail, really super long tail out of your store, and that's going to help. But also, and I talk about this a lot, is if you are up against competition and you see that item's been selling for other people, well, you got to figure out what is it that they're doing to the same item that I'm not, and do that. And that would be my advice to you on that one. Bearded Picker says, yes, John J. Not sure what that's about, but okay. Nice to see you too, Scott.
John J.
John J. I don't know. He might be like through with his drink. Yeah.
He might be digging in that little baggie he has.
Patricia says, AJ white vinegar. I think that's for the...
yes, it's white vinegar.
Lawrence Blake says, first time catching the live. Thanks for all your content. Well, no, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. SP Thrift says, sold nothing for almost 24 hours straight, put the whole store 40% off, and bam.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, we're about to, not because of no sales. I mean, of course, no, I haven't had a good sale. Is that thing leaking the juice? Is there a hole in it?
Is this like acid in this? It's like going through the... Why is it leaking? It's the condensation.
The condensation is not really supposed to be.
I have a towel in it and it's still leaking.
I lost what I was saying. Oh,
squirrel.
We are going to be putting my store with like a 50% discount. This hair is bald.
So the idea isn't like desperation. Okay, let's race to the bottom kind of thought.
Yeah.
The idea is I just want to clear that store so that beginning of January, I'm turning it into a niche store, changing the name, Haven't
No,
decided.
you're not.
Oh yes, it's going to be it doesn't even matter, but it's just because I want it to fit
Yeah,
the
it
theme.
doesn't matter. So leave my store name alone.
Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Henri Squaw
Yeah, we
says,
will.
have you heard anything about the PFAs changing coming to 2024 as I need
PFA.
more information on it? PFAS.
PFAS.
PFA. I mean, I could probably take that PFAS.
I could use it in a lot of different ways, but it wouldn't be anything eBay related.
Yeah. Professional flipping. Okay. We'll go on. AJI says just plain cleaning or distilled vinegar. Yes.
Yeah.
Brian says time to ramp up my Amazon FBA to make up for the loss in eBay business. And this is something that we kind of chatted with Beard on his channel before, and that is the idea of converting more things over to FBM than FBA. So FBA is fulfilled by Amazon, where they do all the groundwork for you, and FBM is where you're the merchant and the sale comes through just like on eBay, and you're shipping it out. And the difference is the listing process is, I think, a lot quicker, and you don't have to really be all that involved like you do with eBay. So something to certainly look into if you can get past the gating process where this brand name, it's not going to let me sell it. So you got to put it on eBay. You can't put that on Amazon. It just gets kind of frustrating, especially if you have a new account. I have a decent amount of brands, but Beard certainly doesn't. Henri Squaw says per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. Okay, don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
I don't know. So Henri Squaw, if I was 5 years old, what would you tell me that is? That PFAS.
Yeah, remember he's had the red drink.
That's right. Alyssa, if you need to take a posh item down, edit, change the size, and then you can take it down. That is exactly right. Change the size, and then you relist it, because it basically says launch the listing again or something. And you got to make it live and then go in and take it down.
Yeah.
Mary Knight says, yeah, maybe too late, but I'm listing her stuff as they go since she had so much stuff. Still selling ornaments as of today, though. Okay.
That's good. Oh, I wish I knew your store name.
And Spill Ford Pinto says, hello, everyone. Thanks for being here, Richard. AJ3 says, if you season them yourself, you can make more, but it's extra work. And a lot of people already know how to do that stuff. So, yeah. Patricia says, John, a number one has the serif at the top, lowercase serif, potato. Lowercase doesn't. So what did I miss?
Serif.
But I mean, why is that?
Talking about AJI3.
I know, but it's actually in capital.
It's in a capital.
And on StreamYard, the font that they use, it looks like it could be either
it could be a 1 or an I on StreamYard.
Yeah.
So whatever it could, well, I don't know if it doesn't matter. Let's go on.
I know, but I mean, the audience feels obligated to try to give me one English lesson at least once per episode.
Believe me, I give him plenty. It doesn't stick.
Maya says, is there any cross-lister that works with Amazon? I have a very old selling account I haven't used in the last 8 years, but I'm considering posting some of my new tag items there. I am not aware of any that work with Amazon. It's funny. There's a lot of software, third-party software that works with Amazon and eBay for drop shipping. So if you want to take an item off of eBay, throw it on Amazon or vice versa, there's software that does all the work, boom, and pops up the listing. So to me, why isn't there software that would allow you to cross post and it interfaces with both? I don't know why. Anyone have the answer? I'd love to know. Richard says, crap, just ship something today, FedEx. Nah, you'll be fine. We've shipped probably 1,500 items this year, FedEx, and only had two problems.
Yeah.
Tommy says, Maya, Shopify has some, and there is a program called Export Your Store. I believe that works with Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting. Patricia says, AJ, I have a set of 1920 rusty cast iron and irons that need recuperating. Mary says, spiders, dead raccoons, true story. I should have made a YouTube video.
You should have. Oh, my.
I'm surprised you stayed up there.
Yeah, I'm surprised you went back up there.
Tamara Lynn says hello.
Hello.
And then we have Shane says from Soda City Flips says, what's good, y'all? How's everyone doing?
What's good?
Yeah, thanks for being here. Maya says, thanks, Tommy. I'll look at those. And we have Jimmy D in the house says, help me out here. Sold a pair of SAS brown shoes. I don't know if that's SAS or SAS brown shoes. Brown in description. Customer claims they look tan. Wants a return and me to cover the return shipping, claiming I misrepresented. I had a similar situation with a motorcycle seat that they returned. They didn't like the color. They said didn't match their bike or
what
something.
About the shoes? The shoes
that one
were red
on Poshmark.
Yes.
These are an orangish red Nike, a pair of Nikes, and we sold them on Poshmark. Nike's colorway just says red. Now you could say red with like an orangish red, but we went with the manufacturer's colorway. It didn't say like funky red, orange, red. It just says red. So that's what we went with. And buyer said, well, and of course the photos I think look fine. They represent the shoe just fine. But they said it was more orange than red, more orange than they thought it was, and they forced it to take the return.
Whatever.
It's fine. We'll relist them and sell them. Jimmy says, I have no faith in eBay will side with me if I fight this. Your opinion, better just refund without opening a return to keep them from getting INAD on seller ratings. Did you do anything? The bottom line is for me, did you do anything wrong? Yeah. I think this is something I had actually replied to on a post this morning when I woke up. I think the mindset that we just don't want to deal with a return, or we don't want this return on our metrics. And some buyers are counting on that. They can just complain to you and threaten this, that, and the other thing, whether they do it openly or just kind of without saying it. And then we're going to give them a full refund. And then they do this to other people. And so by you giving a refund without making them return it and opening a return, you're basically, without thinking about it, you're training that buyer to do it again on the next time they buy. So I would always say, look, we have free returns. Go ahead and send it back. Now you're talking to somebody who has around 5% returns. My returns are considered high, and it's on the chart. You got high, very high. If you're in very high, that's no good. You're going to get knocked down. But I deal with returns. Unless I can say that I made a mistake in the listing, I go, oh, I put the wrong model number. Oh, I put the wrong size. Then, for me, it's like, okay, can you live with the color? I'll give you a little bit back if you're okay with that. Or can you make this work? Maybe they didn't get a screw or a bolt that came with the whatever I shipped them. How much is it going to cost you to replace that? Boom, I'll cover it. And that usually works. Aside from that, they need to send it back. That's just my 2 cents. But I think as collectively as sellers, we need to do a better job of training these buyers to use the return system properly and only bring our mistakes to our attention. Other than that, return it. Let's see. Tommy says accept the return, Jimmy. Why not? You can't win, and you can't. Fighting an INAD is just kind of you're just getting frustrated. You're wasting your time in eBay's eyes. Yeah. eBay, you're not going to win. eBay will 99.99% side with the buyer, and you just gotta accept it. Send the label, and don't let it. Look at the big picture. Don't let it. It's a $100 return. I made $200 today. Means I only made $100. Like, oh man, no. Look at the whole picture. Look at the whole year, because I have a return in there I have to process.
I mean, you're going to get them back, and you're going to be able to resell them and move on with your life. So it's not. I tell John this all the time. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah. A Rockin' Yard Sale says, how are you all liking the new send offers from cell phones? I hate it doing percent other than a dollar amount can way undersell your items. I don't like it either.
I do.
I don't like it either, because I might have 3 offers to watchers, and 2 of these items have been sitting in my store for 2 months, and I'm willing to give a heavy, heavy discount for those. The other one I might have just listed the night before. I'm not trying to give a 15 to 20% discount on that. I might give them a 5 to 10, but I'm not going to give them that big of a discount. So I find myself going in here and doing them individually on my computer. That way I can give a more exact amount than a percentage.
And the reason why I like it is because all of my stuff in my store is old and been in the store, and we're just trying to get rid of it. So I will give them percentages off all day long.
LSGS Rob says, hey, Johnny boy, how you doing? How's sales? What is your revenue goal for 2024? And what are you going to change in 2024 for your business aside from niching your second account? And I'm glad you mentioned this. It's kind of something I want to do on all fronts. I need to be better everywhere. And
time management,
playing more music in the background than YouTube videos. I think that helps me a lot. I get to a better zone. I get more focused when I can just do my thing with music. Music's always been kind of my thing. But for me, it's like being better with getting more content out there, being more consistent. I think there's sometimes it's like I don't really put the kind of effort into videos. Maybe you guys don't notice it, but I feel like I could do better with the videos and putting that out there, and also my business. You know, if let's say I put $500 into my store, that's like 5 or 6 items. I will be distracted throughout the day, get that done, and feel like, okay, I got good sales a day, I'm good, right? That's kind of the wrong mindset. I don't want to take my performance, because I can't control who's buying my stuff. Take my sales into account of, you know, what motivates me. You know, an average day, I'm kind of in cruise control. Bad day or a really good day, I'm extra motivated to either correct what's going on, or heck, I like the revenue. I'm going to stay out there. I'm going to just try to be along the lines of more of a schedule where I'm getting up, doing my stuff, and quitting by a certain hour and getting done with my day, because I was able to focus throughout my day and not feeling like I was distracted all day and I got nothing done. Happens way too often. And
not
every day,
especially during football season.
Well, that's a different kind of distraction.
Yeah, but it's still a distraction nonetheless, and it makes you work until midnight.
I understand. But on days like, okay, so let's say Sunday, except for Sunday.
Sundays, football is not just on Sundays. Don't trick yourself.
But I'll listen to it like radio.
Monday, Thursday, and occasionally on a Saturday.
Unless it's a good game, I'll listen to it like radio. So I'm good with that.
Please.
So we have My Greatest says, hello, got a 16-item, 0 feedback sale for $2,055 2 days ago. Messaged buyer to get a feel if this was legitimate. Buyer replied and seemed legitimate. Package insured though. Yeah, I don't get worried about that, Mike. Look, you're going to get a lot of 0 feedback buyers that will stumble across your listing through other means like Google Shopping or anywhere else. And they had no intention on buying on eBay. They found your item. They love what they saw. Maybe they went into your store, found more things to buy. And as long as you do what you're supposed to do as a seller, ship it to the address that's provided. Don't go changing addresses when they send you a message. Ship it to the address they ask for. You show a delivery scan, then you're covered. Now, then the only thing you got to worry about would be potentially a chargeback. But even then, credit card companies do take time to investigate for the most part. And
I mean, the chances of that person just being on Google, looking up your item and sees that you're the only one selling it and you have a good price and they can see through the pictures, and that person may not have a eBay account. They just found you on Google and they clicked on it, wanted to buy it, and so be it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put a lot of value into 0 feedback.
So Patricia also does the little thing where she tracks to see if someone's snooping for gifts. Acoustic Clip Notes says, just got my first nag by a buyer who didn't contact me and had a score of 5. Any tips or ideas? Well, negatives are tough to get rid of. I like to be able to point to eBay policy if they violated policy. So if they never contacted you, but they put something in, let's say you said that this item doesn't come with this accessory, and they put in their put in their feedback, bought it, but they didn't include that accessory, then they're asking for something that was never part of the sale. And you can do the feedback removal tool requesting eBay to remove it under the idea that buyers asking for more than what was offered in the sale, and therefore this negative feedback is untrue and unwarranted, that type of thing. Josh Galt says, Jimmy, let them return it. Who cares? It's a non-issue. I agree with that. And then Tommy Bernard says, if you're running a business, if a pair of shoes being returned causes much pain, there's way more problems to go figure out. And yeah, I mean, that's I think sometimes that's the tough love that I think some people need to hear. But ultimately,
but read his next.
Okay, so Jimmy says, I do not have the problem accepting the return. I do not want the item not as described, or the SNAD, that what eBay calls it. This affects your account health, and I firmly believe this hurts your sales. It does, and it doesn't. So if you have too many, so eBay says there's a certain percentage for anything. I think 3% is kind of what they have. But with item not as described, item arrived broken, if you have too high of a number, I've got like 5% of returns. Now, I don't know. It seems to me like they're counting the change my mind returns in that number, because they're not. I don't think they're supposed to, but I think that actually is. So even if it was for change my mind, eBay's tracking it. But now if your returns were way too high, it's like, look, I'm about to cross over the very high number, and I'd rather give them the refund rather than to be pushed to that other level. Now I'm getting charged 6%. One rep told me it's 5. I believe it's 6% additional fees for that category. Then it makes business sense to avoid that at any cost. So check your metrics before you make that decision. Go to your selling, go to your seller hub, and go to where it says your not traffic, but your the hell is it? Okay, seller. Let's go to the seller level. Click on that, and then once you get there, it's going to tell you your returns and your defects, your late shipment rate, your all that stuff. Make sure that you're not too high with your returns. So you can do all that stuff. Your return rate, I'm down to 3%. Well, that's awesome. What account am I in? Maybe I'm in the wrong account. But for me, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm good. If I was in that situation, they're returning it 100% of the time. Shane says, 125 watching and only 39 likes. Get with the program.
Yeah, get with the program, peeps.
Well, Shane, only 39 people want their sale in the next 24 hours. So
True.
David says, hey, folks, I hope you're all doing well and
85.
selling loads. I took today off, so things are slow today. And then Kent recommends that you fight it. I don't agree with that.
No.
I don't think I really don't think Kent believes that. I
think Kent's giving him a hard time. Don't give him a hard time.
Tommy says that's why you should have already fixed the problem instead of asking YouTube. Making the buyer wait will only add to the issue. Yeah, the buyer, you want to be in constant communication with the buyer. Have a conversation with the buyer. Maybe maybe giving them a partial refund is the option, but maybe it's not. But for me, if we're just motivated by avoiding the INAD and you're not on the border of being very high, I would just let it go. Let them return it. Yeah. Maya says the INAD sucks, but since they already opened it, you can't do anything. It is going to hit your metrics either way. If you refuse to accept the return, you'll get a defect, which is worse. Yes, that is the worst thing that can happen. And even if they keep it, let's say you go through the process, send them a return label. Okay. Send it back to me. I'd be glad to give you a refund. And let's say you hear crickets. Let's say the return time's out. Guess what? That INAD is still going to count against you. There's nothing you can do. I've had it happen. I've tried to fight it, saying, "Hey, obviously the buyer." I tried to fight it like 2 years ago when I had this come up on a couple times where they had an INAD, but they never returned it. And my argument was, look, I did everything I was supposed to do. They never returned it. Obviously, they liked it enough to keep it. So why are you counting an INAD against me if the buyer didn't follow through? And they won't remove it. Let's see. Jerry Johnson's with us. Sold a motorcycle part in December. Wahoo! Awesome.
Hey,
People ride them.
They ride them all year long in some states.
I gotta tell you, I don't think the weather is. I think the weather is gorgeous out here during the day, like 67 degrees right now.
I won't say that it's my favorite, but it's cold and it's cooler, and there's no rain, which I would love a day of rain. That would be really nice, right?
I love it.
Yeah, no snow. I don't want snow.
Yeah, we need a little snow.
No.
Brett says, good to see you both on the live. Sales are great all week. Posh has been slow, but made 9 sales since starting. Getting lowball offers mainly, nothing crazy for the rest of the year. List, sell, ship, chill.
Yes.
And I think really, if you play the little game and get followers, it's easier. I think it's easier to
followers
succeed,
no matter what.
But to get a large number of followers, it just takes playing the little game. Get 100,000 plus followers. Do the little ambassador thing. I think that helps as well.
I think you can automatically get ambassador.
Well, you got to follow a few steps if you want.
You have to. Yeah, but it's about your solds and your listeds.
Yep.
It's not about how many people you have following.
But I think the number of people that you can get your item into their feed.
Yes,
does
I
help.
Agree.
Rad Relics
doesn't get you a ambassador too.
No, but it helps. If you want, it helps your sales because you get your items in front of more eyes.
Anyway,
Rad Relics says if you want a good light, get the newer ring light with the ability to change the temperature of lighting. The white light makes you washed out, but you can make it a little more yellow. We have a similar light.
Watch. Okay, that's off.
I just turned pink.
No, you're orange.
No,
what color?
I'm melting. Okay, that's better.
That's orange.
Okay.
Or yellow.
Okay. And that's the white light.
It's
better.
Yeah.
Time wasters. We just wasted 15 to 20 seconds of your time. I apologize. Acoustic clip notes, slow Christmas sales. Yes. David Pentland says, I added a photo to my profile that's Lochwinnock. You don't get more Scottish than living next to a loch. I wonder if you see the Loch Ness Monster. Oh, well.
Is it a lake?
That's what a loch is. It's water. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Maya says, it's not a huge deal.
We're getting so distracted.
You're getting distracted. I'm just waiting for you to be done. It's not a huge deal if you get a couple inads open here and there, as long as it doesn't turn into a defects are the worst. You don't want that. Mike Gertis says, I just had an out for delivery, no scan buyer stating not received. I just refunded and we'll take it up with USPS. Okay. Rad Relics must be getting all the sales because, it ain't happening here. We got a couple today, like 2 or 3, but it's just.
I haven't had any. Hold on.
We got Beard King pickers in the house. Thanks for being here. Got Beard King. We got Shane.
I may have lied.
We don't have Ben, so you guys need to get Ben in here.
I have a new offer.
Patricia says, Primo's wife, Bridget, spam Banshee, made the Josh Galt background for Primo, splice views together. I was thinking how you did that or how they did that because there's been a couple times where Josh has got up to go kill the cat and it would be a perfect still. And I was thinking of maybe stealing that from Primo and maybe messing with Josh one day on a Power Hour podcast and having the same background. That would be so crazy.
That would be weird. Okay, can you look at this?
What is this?
Okay, this is this.
Oh, get it out of here. I don't even care.
$35?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
Wow.
I don't want it. It would have been the same result if we put it at 50%. It's a bunch of those.
Is that going to be plus shipping?
It's plus shipping, and it's going to California. It's and we're in Vegas, so it's not going to cost a lot. It's a lot of those older NASCAR 1 and 43 scale. Is that with the hoods? Yeah. Get them out of here. I don't want them no more. We've already made money off of that lot, so we're trying to get it out of here. Awesome. So you made a sale today.
I just need them to pay for it.
Jovial says, when it comes to Christmas gifts, Mama would tell us which closet they were in, and if we wanted to ruin our Christmas morning, go ahead and look. Then she wouldn't have to wrap them. Reverse psychology.
We would actually unwrap them and rewrap them. We were little heathens.
But it's if you just sort of like what Patricia said, we would rig it to where if they open the door, something would fall or something would be out of place. And then it's like, you guys are never in here anyway, so someone came in here. So
well,
therefore,
my mom would put them. Okay, so my mom would hide all of our when my dad was alive. My mom would hide all of our Christmas gifts in the car trunk, and you couldn't get into the car trunk because she was at work or she was gone or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, after my dad passed away, I don't know why she stopped doing that, but she now kept them in the closet in her bedroom, and she was never there. She was always working.
there's a fire in Pennsylvania right now.
Uh-oh.
That's Juice the PA Picker. It says, I only source items with 50% sell through. My store is on fire right now.
You really had me there.
Richard says, well, it's on fire. Richard says, just subbed and gave a thumbs up. Does that mean I get 2 sales during the live? LOL.
Not during the live.
No.
You need to know the rules. You need to read the fine print. The fine print states that while on the live, if you hit the like button, within 24 hours, you will receive your sale.
Yeah. But you just sub, Richard?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's up with that?
You should have, you know what? You lost out on a bunch of other sales.
No, don't do that. Don't put that on Richard. That isn't right. Jovial says, you could tell me my brother peaked because he was not at all excited when opening gifts and Mama knew it.
That's
It's like,
terrible.
More chonies? Oh, no socks? Really?
Hey,
Kids don't want socks.
Our kids still get chonies and socks.
That doesn't mean they like it.
And they're adults.
No kid likes socks unless you don't own any socks. And then
unless
I'm sure
you
they
need
like
socks, sometimes you just need them.
Well, if you don't own socks, you need them.
Well, I know that my grown son needs them every year.
Samantha's with us. Good evening, John and Jenna. Happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
Patricia likes the idea, says end on someone Christmas night and the others the next day. I like that. So she agrees with me. The idea that someone's getting a new Victrola or Crosby record player or any kind of little record player and like, hey, let's get some of these oldies that we used to listen to in the 70s and 80s.
I'm sorry, but when I get a gift card, okay, I'm not on that website that day nor the next day. Give me a week to get to that because I'm filled with holiday food, holiday family, holiday festivities, driving back home. There's things that have to be done. And then I got my sale.
There you go. Love It Collectibles says, if you own an artificial tree, a pro tip is to store the wrapped gifts in the empty tree box.
That is a good idea.
Let's see. Radrelax says, I started my own Facebook auction. I sell low dollar stuff in my group and make some decent money.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's
If you have a good following, you can make that work.
And
we have Rose A1 is lurking.
Lurking.
So thanks for being here.
Look at
Josh does agree. And Daniel Lesage from Baton Rouge says, hi, Friday FAE fam. And J&J, I've been watching you on TV and had not also got you on computers so that I would interact. I just clicked on like, and now it's been 2 weeks and no sales. That's it. I think you got to hit the like button before you put it on the TV, though.
You're making some rules that don't exist.
Brad Relic says gold is over $2,000 an ounce. That isn't a good sign. Inflation is high. I'm surprised it's not higher than that, to be honest with you. Mark Suddick says, watch out, John and Jenna spiked your drink with energy powder and also put in Viagra. She has got you now. We'll kind of move on.
No comment.
No need for any of that. Trust me. Jeff says, hi, John and Jenna and folks. Maya says, ping, I am in the same boat. I went out sourcing 2 times this week and had such an impossible time finding sell-through on eBay search. I just gave up.
What is happening? Your hand was not even touching that.
I don't know.
There's a ghost in here.
I don't know. Rad Relic says, if you listed your high-end items over COVID, you need to look at those prices again. Inflation is up, but COVID money is down.
That is true.
The idea that you guys got to get out of this idea that it sold 3 or 4 years ago, therefore it's got to sell. If you're not going back and looking at your items to see what it's doing is it selling for anyone? Then maybe it's not a good item to have up. Maybe it's time to get rid of that. Ping says, Maya, I only source from one shop, so not sure if they will have new items in the next 2 weeks. Spent about $100 today. Ooh. but it'll get better.
Whoa, what are you doing?
I'm
man?
just trying to catch
Oh.
up. I'm way behind. I'm getting a lot of thanks to ping in here that I'm going to skip over here. Diane says, you could take down an item that is an offer if you go in and change the size, save it, then delete it. Yep, on Poshmark. Junk Trader says, anyone use Flip for cross posting? I think it's only available on desktop. That's that free one.
Yeah.
And we have, I think I've tried it, but I was like pulling my hair out and I said, you know, I'm done.
Well, you don't have enough hair to start with.
I know, it was very tough to do. Tommy says Poshurba and Vendu are the best investments possible.
Poshurba.
Yeah, but we're pushing Vendu now, so it doesn't matter.
It is Vendu, but I think the Poshurba is the sharing thing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But see, Tommy doesn't play the sharing game, so maybe I'm wrong.
So Junk Trader does a lot of my used health and beauty on Mercari. I do meh on here with it. It's just a different buyer. I think it's a different mentality. These people are really looking for deals on Mercari. They're not going to pay up eBay prices for the most part.
Well, Poshurba is not a app.
We got Fart Sack Jack, not married Roman. I think the fart sack might turn some women off, though. That could be part of the problem. The Tommy Bernard podcast says, for me,
he says 27 years together, though.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering if you just drop the fart sack and go by Jack, if that might change things. Tommy says, for me, I meant to say because of what I sell. Poshurba puts Poshmark on a different level. Poshurba.
What the hell is Poshurba?
I don't know. It's something. Donna Francisco says Mercari is making it easier on the buyer with breaking out 8 ounces and now 12-ounce rates. This leaves them dollars and gives buyers a better chance of making the sale on that platform. I still like the idea of being able to retain that money to use on pirate ship or add it to my balance once the item gets delivered and pay me for the shipping and the item itself. What you gonna do?
It's Posture VA, Pink said.
Posture VA?
Posture VA.
Okay. Well, it was all in one word when Tommy wrote it out.
I know.
What you gonna do? Screw says, I had my highest number of daily sales today too. I know that not a lot, but for me, it's outstanding. It all boils down to perspective.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, you'll see these people, including myself up here on YouTube, talking about, yeah, I made this today and I listed that today, but none of it matters because it's all perspective. I might not be happy with $200 a day. You might be like through the roof happy. So it's what makes you happy. And many people have different reasons for reselling. If 2 sales is what's going to make you happy, then by all means, you're doing it right.
I see what you're doing, Tommy.
Acoustic Clip Note says, I love it when John talks shop. Well, good. Thank you.
Well, I hope so, because that's what this whole channel's about.
Tommy says, protection from abuse. Wink if you're in danger. Okay, we'll go on. Drummer says, can't wait for the Q4 sales to come.
I'm afraid we might get them in Q5.
Let's see. Acoustic Clip Notes says, offsite ads $5 a day. If I no spend and clicks, will my 5 last longer? No, you lose it. It's what is, I think I know what you're saying. The pay to click, if you only get like a handful of clicks, but it's $5 a day. So I don't know how they're allocating that. Maybe they're estimating you're going to get so many clicks and whatever's unspent goes in their pocket. That's a good question. I don't know what that would entail. Tommy says no clicks equals no spend and also no sales. So like over that 2-day period, the 2 full days, I had 28 clicks, and they charged me. It was like they did charge me like the 5 something. It was like 5 something. So maybe it's not charged completely, but for me, my allocation was $5 a day, and that was on their dime anyway. And we're doing it on the secondary test store anyway, and not the main store. And that has seemed to help a little bit. I'm getting a little bit better sales, but I'm still nowhere near where I need to be. Henri Squaw says it's an additive added to clothing and other items. I heard it, but I don't know that, say, Carhartt and others will, but liquidating a bunch of stock containing it. So that's that abbreviation I couldn't figure out earlier. See, Rad Relic says, I have had a customer right now that bought a sealed item opened it and complained it was missing stuff. We get it back. It's missing all the valuable stuff. They stole it. Are in the thick with eBay. We are in the thick with eBay. The only thing you can really do, you can call eBay and let them know what's going on. I mean, the whole IC3.gov thing is not really a thing anymore. You can do that too if you want to spend some time, but contact eBay, let them know what happened. Maybe if you've never contacted them on that issue before, maybe they'll take care of you. I've heard of that before. But as a seller, you're really only going to be able to use your tool that allows you to go in and give a 50% refund. And it sucks, but it's what we call the cost of doing business. We have Duncan VR.
What?
Thank you for the super chat. Send 5 sour Swearcat and Dance Now for Snow for Jenna.
No!
It's like being in the Arizona desert here in Sydney. I need an ice cream and pizzas.
Oh, no.
I like ice cream and pizzas.
But not during the winter.
You guys love it when you get a return. Like the mailman literally came earlier at the start of the show, and now eBay's like, give them their money back now. Check the item, give it back now. Buyer opens a return, we'll give you till 35 days. Just take your time, you know. But thank you for the super chat anyway, Duncan. I appreciate it. I don't know how that got to that, except the refund popped up on my screen. That was a squirrel.
See, I told you he's easily
I
distracted.
blame it on I don't know what the hell they put in this thing. I don't know that.
The rebel without a clause.
Tommy says that's why with clothing and such, accurate pics is a must. Yes. Buyers is basing the sale on the pics. If off, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, true.
But in the pics,
I mean, sometimes our pics the colors are more vibrant, and we have to do some toning on it. We have to adjust the color. So
Rad Relics, the question is, have you said what you want to sell in your second account? Anything that has anything to do with sports. So it could be shoes, it could be sporting goods itself, maybe even like sporting cards, like trading cards. If I wanted to do something like anything related to sports is what I'm going to be picking up, because I come across it so often, and I want to sort of, maybe it's going to be 100, 200 item store. It may not be very, very large, but I can tell you, as compared to what that store is making now, I could pick anything as a niche and do better than what it's doing right now. So if I'm going to spend any time, that's another thing I want to change in the business. You know, I'm spending time on something that's not working. And I know I'm trying to force something that's not going to sell to work. That's why I'm so adamant about a lot of these low ASP and low demand items just aren't selling. And I'm proof, that account is proof that you just, no matter what you do, you can try 1,000 things, you'll get sales, but nowhere near at the level you used to get them at. And that's what I'm seeing with that account. Patricia says the e-commerce bites report reported the percentage thing with make offers on the app was a glitch that eBay owned up to. That was fallout from another thing they changed, and they will fix it someday. Don't you love it? And that proves if they try to add features, sometimes it'll break other features. And that's why we've been seeing a lot of glitches this year. Not so much lately as compared to the summer, though. Ping G says the app just now included sending an offer by a percentage off. Computer users have had that option for quite some time. Easier for me to say 10% or 15% off than trying to calculate a specific dollar off. But I would rather, if I'm dealing with that, I don't want to give a percentage off. I want to give, if I have an item for $55 and I've had it forever, I'll be like, let's get really aggressive, $39.99. Now I go down to the next item, and I just listed that last night, and that's say $55. Well, maybe I'll give it to them for $49.99. I don't want to use a percentage, because not all items on that list are going to be, should be treated equal. I think you need to be more aggressive with items that have been sitting in your store. And that feature doesn't allow you to do that. We've got Pete with us. Thanks for being here, Pete. The GOAT is in the house. Thanks for being here.
What? Why did click that one?
He's looking straight at me, though. He wasn't looking that way.
He's not doing a side.
That looks more like
not doing a side eye. He's going.
That looks like a stern look.
Yeah.
More, I feel like I made him mad. Well, Pete, we love you. Thank you for being here. Acoustic Clip Note says, I wish I was famous enough to get my comment read out.
You have. We've read out out your
The problem
comments.
is it's not being famous enough. It's with this show, it's being patient enough because
yeah, that's true.
lately she's been like making me fall behind. So I got this drink hoping that I would be on top of my game, and I'm not.
I have
complaining.
nothing to do with how slow he reads
Sometimes
and how long he answers a question or talks on a particular topic.
I have to explain myself. We have Tommy says, Jenna, there is nothing wrong with John's addiction to watching men in tight uniforms chase each other around and try to get them on the ground. Remember Brokeback Mountain. Nothing wrong with Brokeback Mountain.
Oh.
That was a good, really well acted out movie.
Anywho.
Tommy says, or actually Tommy's buddy says, or camping partner says, Roman says, Tommy watches men in tight uniforms himself, but he doesn't know that his wife is watching the same in the other room.
But see, Tommy's going to ballet some nights. So what is he doing at ballet?
I don't know.
Watching men in tights?
Maybe he's trying to get lessons so he can do a little ballet himself between listings. I don't know. We don't know this. Now, if you had a channel to explain yourself, maybe we'd know.
Well, it says he has a channel, but
Rain,
you can't claim your Tommy Bernard podcast if you don't have a podcast.
Rain Galaro says, better late than never, right? Someday I will be on time. Well, you're never late on this channel because even when you're late and you leave a comment, just know it's probably going to be read at some point after you arrive. Tommy says she watches NASCAR, Roman. Bless her heart. She is one more tooth away from being a beauty. Wow.
Wow.
That's great.
I'm gonna figure out who his wife is.
Well, as for the attic, this is Mary saying, I did not exactly walk up there. I used the broom to knock stuff down. I was afraid a live raccoon was getting to jump on me.
Oh my God.
But you broke about half the things that were up there. Patricia said, we are under a flood watch in Pennsylvania. It's supposed to be raining crazy this weekend.
Oh no.
I would love
I hope you got your boat ready.
I love flood watches. I love it when it just comes down.
Oh.
Tommy says, followers mean zero in Poshmark. They make us get followers, so they have no choice. Sharing gets to top of search, so the more X per day closet is shared, the better.
Yes.
It means that those people are going to get that in their feed. That's all that means. And so
he's going to argue tooth and nail.
That's true.
So just don't.
That is true.
But you're not listening to what we're saying.
I'm saying what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, if you fire up your Poshmark app or go onto Poshmark, you're going to get a feed of items, and that gets there mainly from people sharing that you follow, and you just happen to see it.
And it also goes, if you're not doing it in front of the people you're following, it's going on the main page where nobody follows nobody. It's the main page.
Okay. Well, that's not what I'm talking about, but we'll agree to not understand each other. Mac McClanahan says, thank you all for what you do. Been a big help. No, thank you for being here. That's
Texas
awesome.
Titans. Is that what that is?
No, that's Tennessee.
Oh,
I'm sure he's not very happy that you said Texas Titans.
I'm so sorry. I am sorry.
Sort of like when I told Beard he looked like he was wearing an Auburn shirt. He wasn't very happy. Kent wants to know any opinion on the new tape machine. Well, we got it yesterday, and it sat in the box because I was so busy listing last night. I stayed up pretty late last night getting the listings done, and I thought Jenna was going to mess with it.
I didn't know it was my responsibility. He usually likes to put together all the toys.
So we have a Better Pack.
So now it's going to be put together after this live.
Yeah, Better Pack 555E is the model, and it's the same one that Bearded Picker uses. And we didn't have any boxes really to mess with today. We had a lot of smaller packages, but no FedEx came. We had to tell them, look, I got nothing for you. Thrifty Loon says he called her sir. He's in the dog. Dragon Masters Finds is like,
Anthony.
What?
No, he's lurking.
It looks like he's looking. I don't know. I thought he's looking somewhere, but
he's
okay.
Looking like this.
I don't know. Maya says, but if anyone is upset about sharing on Posh, do it while you listen on YouTube. Shrink the video down and use the bulk share tool on Posh. It'll share your entire closet during the video.
There's a bulk share on Posh?
I don't know.
Anyway,
good tip. Roman says, Tommy, thanks. I thought you were helping me, but I was wrong. And Romans are often wrong.
Don't call the 80s oldies, damn it.
Yeah.
I love the 80s. Are we talking music or
Of
are we
course.
talking people?
80s music was, I think 80s music was like the best decade of music. I guess it really depends on the music that you're used to listening to. But for me, I think just when I listen to an 80s channel, like on Sirius XM or something like that, I can really rock out to even songs I never listened to that much, but it brought back a lot of memories. So for me, 80s is definitely the best. Patricia, my experience, women are crazy overwhelmed Christmas night, and you guys are laying back. You mean like with the packing and the...
I have an entire pile of Christmas gifts that I have to wrap. And I look at them every day and I'm just like, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
But who's more qualified, you or I, to wrap those Christmas gifts? You've been shipping and packing, not gifts, but are shipping like every day throughout the year. Mm-hmm. So why would you want me in there messing it up? Okay.
I didn't ask for you.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure you're not. I want you to be happy with it. Okay. It's like her doing Christmas gifts is the same with me cooking, right? So we have our lane. So we're staying in our lane.
Okay. You're really pushing it.
Okay. I'm glad. It's good for the show. Let's see. Dragon Master says,
God, he was in the doghouse before.
I keep going to the bins hoping to find a Tamagotchi. Now, Roman, it's all your fault. Big Guy says, hello all. Merry Christmas to you and to you two and the room or chat.
Boy, honey, you're just having a hard time.
I know. This is like I'm getting a crash now from this thing.
Merry Christmas, Big Guy.
The Big Guy.
The Big Guy.
10% for the Big Guy.
No.
Simple Beautiful says, hey, J&J, the holiday season sales may come after Christmas.
Yes.
It seems people don't have money to shop. How's it in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, it's we're in the same boat everybody else is.
I think it's nationwide.
Yeah.
But of course, that doesn't stop people from going out and about.
Beard.
Oh, I can't wait to get to it. She cheats. She gets ahead.
No, he's in the shit house now.
Richard says that I'm changing the rules. Personal foul. No, I think you got to be sub to get those sales.
Personal foul, he said.
D. Schmidt says, hey, can you tell me a quick way to stop the district notifications?
Go into your app, your notification settings in your phone and turn them off.
Yeah, I don't know if Pete's still watching. He can probably tell you.
Yeah.
I see him all the time. I
had to turn mine off because they are too much.
Yeah, I don't really pay the conversations any mind. I used to, but it's more personalized conversations, and it doesn't. Yeah.
They don't pertain to my store or my sales. Then I don't. I mean, yes, there sometimes was some, good information as far as questions regarding something specific, but for the most part, all it did was clog up my notifications. So I just turned it off, and I'm on district every day checking it. I've been working on this whole new sharing app thing, and so I haven't really added more items to district. So I have to do that, but I'll get there when I get there.
As a reseller, there's so many things that you can do. If you're a reseller and you're doing, I think if you're doing it right, you can point to about 5 things that are kind of on the back burner that you could be doing. There's never a dull time or a time where there's nothing to do, from checking your current listings to listing things that are sitting around to improving a process. There's so many different things you can do as a reseller. Tommy says, Posture VA, as in virtual assistant, shares my items and sends tiered offers based on how long it's been listed. And it's a Chrome extension.
Oh, it's a Chrome. Okay. All right. Good. Good to know. Good to know.
Maya says, I can't unhear it now. Every YouTube video mentioning Posture VA, I'm going to think Poshurva.
Poshurva.
Well, that's what he said. Poshurva. Duncan says, my super chat seems to have vanished. No, it's still here. Thank you for the super chat. Ice cream and pizzas. We just had pizza the other day.
We just had pizza the other night. So
Although that pizza that we do, I would rather have the other one that we.
Yeah, we have a place that's on the Diners, Dive-Ins, and Drives program with Guy Fieri, and it's literally down the street, and it is the bomb. Everything we buy from there is like good.
So good.
Let's see. Tommy says, plus it does a million other things like delist, relist, drop prices, raise prices. You can set age ranges for it all.
Age? What do you need an age range?
No. Are you talking about your OnlyFans channel,
are
or
you selling things you shouldn't be? Do they have an adult section?
Maya says, yeah, the delist, relist is super important because you can participate in closet clear out, and relist the price back up if it doesn't sell.
Oh, so Maya uses it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tommy says, that's huge. I miss it 99% of the time, but the rare times I do, it's a great day of sales. I wish it lasted more than 6 hours, but that's a lot of shipping for them to eat. Dragon Master Fine says, anyone else who records their shopping ever decide to not record for a trip or two and finds absolute gold that would make great video? I've got to start faking more video reactions. I don't do... I did one video. I did one video last year where I went to this yard sale, and the guy was a total pack rat. And I did that yard sale, and the guy wanted to like he wouldn't take offers on hardly anything. It's like he was more interested in keeping the item or comparing the price to eBay. So I bought one item that he really didn't have a whole lot of information on and moved on. The big guy says, have you had an item taken down by eBay and the only location the item was in your custom SKU, and now you don't know where it is to remove from your inventory? That's the big problem with that.
Yep.
They take it out and then they don't even let you see it, and you have no idea where this item is. And you maybe in the back of your mind kind of consider, well, maybe I put the smalls here. I'll go look there. Yeah, it's a pain when they do that.
Yeah, we've had it happen.
Calideb says, if your sales are slow now, get moving with Valentine's items, workout gear, clothing, and swimsuits. They start moving right after Christmas.
Yep.
Good advice.
Good advice.
Maya says, yeah, Tammy, I use it so much because of the shipping discount. Why give all that money in fees? FYI, they do it every Friday and Sunday. I usually do it in the afternoon on those days. What are the sales?
I think it's closet clear outs.
Richard says, okay, so now I'll get 3 sales with the super chat. Well, thank you, Richard, for the super chat. I appreciate
you,
it.
Richard. That's funny.
Chastity just got a cha-ching.
What did Beard say?
Beard says, damn it, Jenna, stop slowing down John. I have 7 p.m. show to do. Yes. Oh, by the way, I'm glad you mentioned it. It is Friday, and so I want you guys to run over after we're done here in the next 20 minutes-ish. To go over to the Bearded Picker channel on YouTube. Jen is going to put the link for the channel.
It's not the Bearded Picker. It's Bearded Picker.
I think at one point it was the Bearded Picker. I don't know. Tommy says, the app only does a percentage if you have more than one offer to send. If you want to send a dollar offer, just click that item and that item send offer, not the bottom bulk send offer button. I was fighting with that this morning. It wouldn't let me do it. Don't know if that was a glitch, but it would not. I kept trying to click on the different options for the listing. It wouldn't let me do individually.
Nutcracker has many meanings.
Yeah. Nikitana says, hi, J&J. I'm glad to catch you live again. Sales on this fourth quarter still suck.
Yep. We agree.
I would say if you had to rate this fourth quarter on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 3 dud.
And we had a really crappy 2022. Okay. I'm going to leave. We had a really crappy 2022 sales. And we even had better sales last year at this time than we do now. And that's sad.
Katie is with us today. Says, I've been using my food saver for loose jewelry items and things that shouldn't rattle around in a box. Sucks the air out and keeps small things stable. Just don't use it for marshmallows. And even if you get like the knockoff ones are pretty good.
We like them.
Ours totally died one day, and I'm like, all right, I'll go pick up another one. But this one's like half price. Let's try it. If it doesn't work good, then I'll just do something different. But this thing works better than the Food Saver. I forgot what brand it was, but it's a small, compact one.
Yeah, it's very easy to store. The other one we had was big and bulky and loud.
Samantha Hunter says, I just realized close to last week holiday sales, I failed again. Big room of items unsold. Bummer.
Yeah.
But get them up because there's people that are still buying this
January,
stuff.
February are still great months for sales. Even if who knows what the quarters are going to be going forward with this, the crazy world we live in. Who knows what's in store? But according to past years, January, February, March, even into April are good sales months. So, hopefully people shop on eBay after Christmas.
So Midwest Pickers late and going to start from the beginning. Well, nice to see you. You'll see this comment about an hour, or this reply an hour and 40 minutes in. And then we got Jerry Johnson that she says 60s music is my go-to. She likes to do the WAP. So she does the doo-wop while she works.
Did you just? No, you didn't say
she
that.
She says she likes to do the WAP, the doo-wop. That's the 60s music, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think I said?
You added.
She likes to do the WAP. The
no,
doo-wop.
She does not do.
I bet she does. I bet she listens.
Do you know what that means?
The doo-wop. Doo-wop-a-doo. I can't sing, but the doo-wops. The doo-wop.
But you said something else.
Okay. Well, if I said something else, I didn't mean to say that. But you know what I mean. 80s is the best. They made a song about the year I graduated, 1985. Yes.
Oh.
Bearded Picker says John is eating hamburger helper for a week or two now.
He sure is.
No, because I'm going to be cooking.
Mm-mm.
Or I'll do a little, probably Uber Eats or something. And I probably am, Kelly, going to crash hard with that energy drink.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to sip on it. This is what I do. I'll get an energy drink, and for the entire 3 or 4 hour drive when I'm driving to California, I'll sip on it so that I don't get that
He's
crash.
not a normal
person?
energy drinker.
No, I don't.
He doesn't drink coffee. He hardly ever drinks energy drinks. And when he does, he gets so hyped up. It's like he's on crack.
Gotta love it. D. Schmidt says, I have been trying to find my own listed items and it says no listing yet. I received an offer I can't find. A Tory Burch dress tells me no listing. Then I just put in dresses and it says no list. Usually, it may take you a few minutes, but I understand what you're saying. I've had that happen to where it shows the little boy that's in the little jacket. It'll say, it's not you, it's us. I've had that happen before. Patricia says, maybe 5 times a day, the eBay app tells me I have had no sales for the past 90 days or I have no listings. I keep wondering if my listings are invisible at those times. Anyone else? That's interesting. Anyone else? I haven't seen that, but if you're trying to look at it after you've listed it, maybe you want to go back and change something. I've seen it where it's taken a few minutes to find it.
Urethra!
Tommy says, I look at listed dates, then find the other active listings and see where they're skewed. Check email for list. You can check your email. That's for sure. And you can look it up by completed, right? Completed items. See, I was right, kind of. It used to be not a the anymore, because I think at the time that there was
not
a the
anymore.
When there was a the, I think Beard was having an issue with other people taking the whole bearded picker thing, and he wanted to put the as the bearded picker. I think that's what that was from. Maybe it's not, but I remember there was a time where bearded picker was kind of irritated at people on eBay using bearded picker or whatever.
Well, there's a lot of bearded picker.
A lot of beards out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of bearded pickers.
And it kind of forces you to keep the whole beard thing, So you're stuck.
You're stuck with a beard.
What are you gonna do? You're
never gonna go back to baby face ever.
Maybe change your name to the shaven picker. I don't think that's taken yet. Richard says, yes, I agree with you, Jenna. My sales are up but down from last year.
Yeah. It's terrible.
And this is a good statement. Good in-demand inventory sells year-round. So
good
get it
in-demand inventory sells year-round.
Tommy says, Samantha, list them local pickup, Facebook Marketplace, or some other app. Many people need last-minute items because of paychecks and such.
True.
I agree with that. And she's kind of tired, so we're going to be winding down. In a minute. Bearded Picker says live
You're
YouTube.
on another level.
Live YouTube shows drive business of marriage counselors.
Yeah, I can see
Trust
why.
me. When this live gets turned off, there will not be any upset. She will not be upset. This is what you're seeing right now is a glimpse into how things are a lot of times around here with the way I am. And she rolls her eyes at me a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Euretha's here just to hear me talking about the WAP. Now, what's WAP?
Don't say.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. That's what you mean? Oh, come on. You think no one design was here or something? Where is no one design? I don't know.
I don't know. There's
John and Jenna.
Devon is gone.
Chat. Yeah.
Nobody where's
Everyone's gone.
the peeps?
I know what's going on. Richard, stop drinking energy drinks. Everyone know that dinks them is getting kidney stones. I don't drink them often. I was either get a coffeeless cream-based drink, which I don't drink coffee, or
So he drinks a shake.
Let's try that. Yeah, that's good stuff. Jerry says the do. See, she knew what I was talking about.
I know Jerry knows what you're talking about, but you didn't add the do on the WAP.
But any do-wops, mine was a W-O-P, okay? That's even worse. W-O-P is worse. Okay,
Please,
let's move on.
Let's move on.
Wow. Roman says, Urethra, we are talking about everything decent again. Oh.
It's better than crying,
I get
okay?
mad when I said WAP.
You're gonna
I get no solds
your
at the time on. I know.
monetization's gonna go
No,
away.
WAP is fine until you say what it is. I get no solds of the time on the app. Doesn't affect sales, but annoying.
The app is just not up to date. It needs to be.
Yeah, they're constantly tweaking that thing, and
that
there's
app
gonna be
is.
glitches there.
I don't pay too much attention to the app.
Dragon Master says my newest eBay problem is that after the thing where you couldn't create shipping labels, after they fixed it, I now can't put in a custom SKU. Now I have to put the SKU in the description. Well, on the app, they've changed it to where it's no longer in your item specifics; it's in its own thing now. I've noticed that, but and it's that way on the website. So I don't know what's going on there. Beard says someone had the website the Bearded Picker, so I cut off the. Yeah, I knew it was you had the in there at some point.
He's no longer a the or a the.
I can't wait. I just can't wait till the day he decides to become the clean-shaven picker.
That'll never happen.
Yeah. Beard says I can be the doo-wop picker without the do. No, you're over 50. You
Stop
get
it.
to be the WOP W-O-P picker. Dragon Master Fine says, oh, really? I'll check that out when I do a listing tonight. I was so mad for a bit. Patricia says, SKU has been showing up in the website advanced listings page lately. Huh. And then we have Meg. Meg's here with us.
Hi, Meg.
Thanks for being here. Patricia says, Ren, the no sales for 90 days freaked me out. And we have Sunny with us. Hey, how you doing, Sunny? Wordplay game is strong, Jenna. Urethra says it would have been perfect if Alexa decided to play WAP. Please.
Don't say that.
No, she didn't hear. I'll skip Tommy's comment. Maya says, I swear all the drama is the reason why I come to this live all the time. Adding Jenna to the show is the best idea for your channel. See?
Why?
She's
Because
holding me up.
my head goes to the gutter.
I wasn't
every time.
thinking, when I was talking about 60s music, I was not talking about that.
All
That's
I
not
heard
that.
was the other word. And
Urethra says, Roman, how many people called PETA on you for boxing up little birdies?
oh, God.
Maya says, I honestly find myself laughing during this live way more than any other live. Well, I'm glad you guys did.
Good. I'd rather you be laughing than crying.
And then Simply Shenanigans says, hey, guys. Hey, we're an hour and 49 in, and I've caught up to the comments. So that's an accomplishment. I want you guys to do me a favor. When we're done here, go check out Bearded Picker's channel. Forget the just Bearded Picker. And he's probably going to start here very soon, but go check him out.
He's
Go check
probably
out his
already
live.
started. Last week he started right now.
I might go on a little later after I get some. See, that's the thing. I didn't get some work done last week when I jumped on because I was, in the conversation. But it's a good live and a lot of good conversation. So
It's
I
just
might
fun.
just end up
It's
over
not
there.
quite as fun as us, but it's
an older crowd.
I'll be in the comments.
But
we could talk trash over there.
Yeah, Gail got 4 sales since we first started. So
yay!
There you go. But hit the like button on the way out, guys. But this is the last week, in my opinion, of getting good, true Christmas sales. So get your stuff up. It's not too late.
It's not too late.
So
There's still January, February, or March.
Finish this year off with a bang, and let's start off with 2024 on the right note. So get your stuff up so you can get it sold, and figuring out what you need to list versus what you don't. You should have figured that out a long time ago, but it's yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have a great weekend, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care, everyone.